for a while. All right, speaking of tasty, the playoff debut of Victor Wembanyama. We think this will be the first of many. Second-seeded Spurs hosting the Blazers came out in the all-blacks, courtesy of Kelly Olynyk. Little gift to get the postseason started for San Antonio. And how about them starting with defense? Get the stop at one end, and then Wemby. Whoa. Come on.
Crazy.
That spin. You got the two greats in there, David Robinson, Tim Duncan checking it out, and neither one of them could do that. Wemby from Dylan Harper off the alley-oop. And just like that, the Spurs are up 9. In the second, Denny Avdia, little floater. He had 30 points. Blazers were down just 7 after the made free throw, but then Wemby dribbles into a corner 3. 21 points in the first half. That's the most in a player's first career playoff game in a half in the play-by-play era, which goes back to the 1997-98 year. So they were up 10 at the break. Third quarter, Stefan Castle to Luke Cornett. Teamwork makes the dream work. San Antonio starting to pull away. Julian Champagnie, that's a wide-open 3. And then all of a sudden, it's a 15-point lead going into the fourth quarter. And then when you got to the fourth quarter, you had Wemby, and he was doing all the things as usual. In traffic, getting fouled, didn't matter. Makes that one, and then from distance, it's just unfair at times to see what this dude can do, and considering how young he is, this is his 3rd year in the league, his first playoff appearance, and the Blazers could do nothing. 35 points. Spurs win at 111-98. They take game 1, and Wemby gave a lot of credit to the fans and the atmosphere there in San Antonio.
It's great to see this many people wear their shirts. I love the animation when they say wear your shirt. You should absolutely wear your shirt if you're coming to the game. It is honestly different. The first time I stepped on the court, even for warm-ups, I felt the atmosphere was different. Everybody's ready. I mean, the fans were ready. It's probably the most excited I've seen this arena.
I mean, considering what he's already done in his young career and even this season, there's no reason to think he would not have balled out in his first playoff game. But check this out. He's the first player in NBA history with 35 points and 5 threes in a postseason debut. His 35 points, by the way, the most by a Spurs in their debut, passing Tim Duncan back in 1998. All right, Perk, or as some people like to call him, the percolator. Playoff Wemby. He has now arrived. The anticipation was there, and he more than exceeded what we would expect him to do based on what he's already shown us.
Eves, you know our first time working together. I still use your term, what you use, as expected. As expected. This is what we expected out of Victor Wembanyama tonight, and he's never going to disappoint. Look, the 35 points, that's cool, but it's the leadership for me, right? It's the dominance. It's his approach. It's more to this than just this game 1 performance. This was a statement to the rest of the league to show you that I'm here. I hear all the chatter about the inexperience or the lack of experience, but we're ready for this moment. And when you think about Wemby, the growth of this season is he found that balance of being a big man with guard skills. Right? At first, he was battling if he wanted to be a guard and then take it down low. No, I'm going to dominate first down low offensively, and then I'm going to show you I got range on this 3-point shot. And this is why I picked the San Antonio Spurs to win it all this year, is because the growth of him and his maturity.
That would be ahead of schedule.
Yeah,
but
that would be
right. You could see that team winning it all, that's for sure. All right, let's swing it east. Another game 1, Magic and Pistons. Detroit's first time as the 1 seed in 19 years. But it would not go well for the Pistons. Perk, Paolo Banchero playing really well right now.
He did, and I actually called them out to play better. When they lost the play-in game against the 76ers, and he has responded in the playoff game against the Hornets and tonight. The physicality. This series is going to be a brawl for it all. 2 well-coached teams that head coaches preach physicality.
Cade Cunningham, he was really the guy who carried the Pistons.
The only guy.
Down. Banchero, tough shot. He had 23. Magic up by 4 at that point. Next possession down. Wendell Carter Jr. muscling up inside. The Magic up by 7 after 3. The Pistons made some runs at him, never could get there. Cunningham trying. He had 39, the most in the opening game of the playoff series in Pistons history. But the Magic just flat out the better team on Sunday. Franz Wagner finding Jalen Suggs. There he is, up top. Yep. And the Magic win this one. Pistons 11th straight home playoff loss. That's the longest streak in NBA history. And the Pistons didn't just lose, they lost, and they never led in this one. Orlando, the first 8 seed since seeding began way back in 1984, to never trail in its playoff opener. The last 3 times the Magic won game 1 of a playoff series, however, they lost the series. All right, we're back with Perk. Not a lot of people saw this coming.
No.
The Pistons fight all year for home court, and then they cough it up in one game. What concerns you about this Detroit team right now?
Well, it was 2 things that happened tonight. Number one, they got punked, okay? And we don't see a team that hang their hat on for its physicality and on the defensive side get punked like they did tonight. Number 2, it's been a concern of mine all season long. Who's going to be that second option / Robin to Cade Cunningham? You got to feel some type of, way if Cade scored 39 and you lose this game at home. Is it going to be Jalen Duren? Is it going to be Tobias Harris? My concern with Jalen Duren is a lot of his action throughout the course of the regular season came from either pick and rolls or pin downs when he was slipping to the basket. It was never him being featured in isolation. And so when you think about what they had last year, Beasley, Dennis Schroeder, Tim Hardaway Jr., they had shooting. They had guys that could come in and give you 15 to 20 points along with Cade doing this thing. If Tobias Harris or Jalen Duren don't up their game offensively, then it's going to be a problem in this series for Detroit.
JB Bickerstaff and the Pistons, they're going to have a couple days to think about it. Game 2 is until Wednesday with the NBA schedule.
Film session.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
We got plenty more with Mr. Perkins. We're going to take a look at playoffs starting this weekend. 2 clear favorites to win their respective trophies, the Thunder and Hoops, the Avalanche on the ice. So we got a panel here. How are we going to divvy this up? PK, you'll be hockey.
Yes.
Okay.
Although, who do you think's faster, PK with a basketball dribbling down the court or Big Perk on skates? I'd pay to see it either way. All right, let's start with the basketball, though, because the defending champion OKC Thunder taking on the Suns playoff opener. There is SG.
Blocks. J-Dub went up for blocks tonight. Both of those guys, the leader of the team, had 2 blocks apiece, despite them not shooting the ball well.
Man, OKC jumped on Phoenix like they owed them money in that first half. The straight home playoff game, he's gone for 25 or more. That's the longest active streak in the NBA. Second straight blowout to start the playoffs for them. Because you remember what happened last year when they took on the Grizzlies. They beat them by 51. So OKC joins the 1986 Lakers and 87 Lakers, PK's favorite team, as the only teams in NBA history to win back-to-back playoff openers by 30 points. Magic and Kareem, by the way, they fell short in that first year in 86. Of course, the Celtics won, but in 87, they came back and got the win.
All right, let's see how the Avs did. Hosting the Kings, game 1 in Denver. Avs, of course, the President's Trophy winners. Came in with a lot of momentum late first. Drew Doughty, you got to make these shots if you're going to hang with the Avs, and he just misses a wide open look here.
You can't miss those. You'll want that one back. That puck looked like it was rolling, but you're damn right. Against the Avs, you got to bury your chances.
You got to cash those. Late second period, no score. Still, Arturi Lehkonen in front, cleans up his own shot.
Ex-Montreal Canadian playoff performer. This guy finds another level to his game in every single playoffs. A Stanley Cup champion, and he's looking for another one.
Up there on the list of Finnish players, active goal scorers, and then the Avs forcing the turnover. Logan O'Connor, first goal since last April here, Pete.
Yeah, first goal since last April, but this is a depth player. Colorado beat LA today with their depth. This is how good this team is. They are deep, up front, and on defense. Maybe not in net, but the Colorado Avalanche look good.
All right, let's take it sport by sport. We start with you. Which team can you see out there posing a threat to the Avs?
Has to be the Minnesota Wild for me. We can't look too far ahead because of that Central Division and how tough it is. We know that you got Dallas, you got Minnesota. Who comes out of this series, I think, is going to be the biggest challenge to take them out. And obviously, Colorado's got to go through one of these 2 teams to get to a potential final. I think the Minnesota Wild are going to pose the biggest test for them.
Okay. So the Avs, defending champs, they're the favorites to win, right?
Yep.
So you go to the NBA, defending champion Thunder, they're the favorites to win. We haven't had a repeat champion NBA in quite some time. So with that being said, who could knock them off that throne? That's scary.
Now, y'all know how I feel about the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yes.
That's my home away from home, but I got to go facts over feelings.
Okay.
And the facts is that the San Antonio Spurs dominated them in the regular season. And the facts is that the San Antonio Spurs has a generational talent in a guy by the name of Victor Wembanyama, who is dominating the game and going to win Defensive Player of the Year. But outside of that, he has the personnel. San Antonio don't get enough credit for the big wings and big guards that they have. They took a page out of OKC book, and they got a lot of two-way players, right? You think about Keldon Johnson, two-way player, up for Sixth Man of the Year. De'Aaron Fox, 6'4", 6'5". Dylan Harper, he's a rookie, but he's 6'4", 6'5", coming in off the bench. They got a lot of two-way players to mix with Victor Wembanyama. They're going to pose a real problem to the Oklahoma City Thunder. They are the biggest threat. I actually got the Spurs winning the NBA championship.
Whoa, you got the Wild winning? He didn't go that far. PK didn't say the Wild going to win, though.
No, I got Montreal winning the championship.
Okay,
but Minnesota, Kaprizov, Boldy, Quinn Hughes, Brock Faber, you go in net, the Gustafson. Listen to me. The Minnesota Wild are ready. They're poised for this moment. We saw their game yesterday. I really believe that it's going to be tough for Colorado to get through them if they beat Dallas.
Yeah. Unlike the NBA, there's so many upsets in the postseason in hockey. I mean, that's what makes it so great.
Get a hot goalie, you're good.
President's Trophy teams don't win.